Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So I'm going to get back to talking about anxiety. Anxiety is something that I've been able to handle pretty well, but I've been dealing with it my whole adult life, and I'm practically tired of it. Like, I'm not finna keep dealing with this anxiety. But I got a couple things that I believe that once these things are passed, the anxiety is gonna go with it. So I have extreme optimism. But I've always had the anxiety. Y'all dudes be wanting families and stuff like that. But y'all don't realize the anxiety that can come with it if everything don't go right with that particular situation, you having a family. Especially if you decide, and let me tell you, man, let me discourage you from deciding to be the only one working. If you're not rich, don't do it. If you don't have at the minimum $100K in cash, both of y'all should be working. And if you're not making $100K total combined between y'all, or you making $100K by yourself, you got $100K, you make $100K. Don't do that little stay at home. For one, a lot of you dudes, that created some anxiety too back in the day. Because when you have a stay-at-home wife, you just automatically assume that she's gonna be doing everything that she's supposed to be doing while she's at home. But a lot of guys can tell you that's when some of the cheating, some of the physical and emotional affairs happen. That's when some of all that flirting happen. So ain't no guarantees with that. Now, I had anxiety just trying to make it, financially for for my household, stuff like that. And it never stopped. Sometimes it will be a delay. Things will be going well, but then it'll come back somehow. This is what y'all want. This is what y'all want when y'all talking about marriage. This is what y'all want when y'all talking about having kids. You don't realize that you can have anxiety. What if one of your kids becomes sick? Or what if your kids is getting bullied? Or anything could happen when you're dealing with these women and these kids, man. And it can create anxiety. Like, now my anxiety is, all right, it's already been established that we not finna be together. Look, that, I'm finna show you something. I'm finna show you how anxiety works. So, I had this gut feeling for a number of years, almost the whole time, that it's almost like something just don't feel right type of feeling, right? And I always ignored it, like in my younger years, in my 20s and stuff like that. Like something just didn't seem right. Like in my mind, I was comparing my current relationship to previous relationship, but I never really said nothing. I just kept it to myself, and it was creating anxiety because, like, me being a prophet, those gifts have been at work already, and it's like down the line, it turned out that I was right. Like, I was thinking, and y'all gonna see me talking less and less about this. I'm gonna talk about relationships, but the only time I'm gonna talk about my own is when I'm comparing or when I'm helping somebody. I'm finna get into some new content, but What I'm telling you is this. I always felt like her attitude towards me is different than them other women. I always felt like that. But as I got older and older, I was able to put it together piece by piece by piece by piece. And I said, you know what? I got these sons, stuff like that. I'm going to just try to work through it. Then stuff kept happening. The arguments got more fierce, more and more fierce. And it's like that anxiety of just trying to make it, right? But I knew I was called to preach. I knew I was, I didn't know exactly how it was supposed to go because the Most High don't show you everything. So I moved to Texas. And boy, while I was down there, that anxiety was off the charts, man. It was off the chart. That's part of the reason why I moved here, because I went through some things in Texas that after a while, I just said, man, I'm just going to go back to Milwaukee. So that's what I did. But while I was in Texas, one particular time, I got behind in my bills. They kept, we had to pay the utilities, and they kept raising the utilities. And so after a while, I went to her and was like, I think maybe we should just both work. Maybe we can work different shifts till we get this stuff right. It turned into a heated argument. Make a long story short, we ended up back in Milwaukee. And things were happening here even more so than Texas. That would create anxiety. And here we are now at the point of divorce. It's like since I've been married, the whole time is just anxiety, man. This is what I'm telling y'all. Yours could be worse. It's just been anxiety over this, anxiety over that. Now, the new anxiety is, I don't know what these judges gonna say. I don't even know if they gonna be fair. They liable to try to make me pay alimony for a lifetime. And that will create a lifetime of anxiety. That would be horrible, y'all. To have to pay somebody who think they're gonna remarry that might not ever remarry for the rest of their life, that quit on you. Well, really, I keep saying quit. It's a lot of stuff just hard to explain. But now I think my anxiety is going to subside once this whole divorce and all of this is behind me. I don't want to keep looking up in her face and being in court and all that. I already used enough of my adult life following fairy tales and phony baloney traditions called marriage. So this is why I've been coming at her the way I have, just trying to get this settled right out the gate. And then, she go her way, I go mine. Just be done with this. As far as anything financial, everybody keep talking about the cost of living in Arizona. Trust me, man, that's not going to be the anxiety. I already dealt with anxiety trying to make it. I know how to handle that type of thing. That's not going to really bother me, because I've been through it already. It's the unknown, and people will tell you with anxiety, it's the unknown that is the biggest problem. Now, I've been able to handle it with flying colors through the Most High, through prayer. That's why when people say prayer don't work, I be looking at them like they're crazy, because prayer is the only thing that's been working for me. I'm telling you, I don't even tell people about all my miracles, Because especially facing divorce, I can't divulge all my miracles. You know. But the Most High done showed up and showed out many times for me. That's why I say, when the Apostle Paul said that in the book of Philippines, it's like I've experienced that. When he said, be anxious for nothing, but in all things cast your care upon him, for he cared for you. I can say that he was influenced by the Spirit of the Most High God when he said that. These women be lying. These people be lying. All different situations. People be lying, plotting, scamming, scheming. Using people. That's another thing. Like sometimes what you can see in the spirit and what you can feel in your gut will create anxiety. It will. Like people trying to use you that don't care nothing for you. And it's like, I'm gonna tell you a trick that I've done through the years, that you gotta be careful when you use this trick. Like if it's a person that won't never share their emotions, you gotta get them mad. Because when you get them mad, they gonna show you what's in them. Squeeze a lemon and the juice and the seed on the inside is gonna come out. Cut a lemon in half, you could see what's on the inside of that lemon. So she was like, and this is what's crazy. Like the things that she been saying lately have actually been setting me free from anxiety, because it's like now I'm like, okay, like they say, the truth will make you free. Like if somebody just always shut down and you finally get them to tell the truth, it's gonna be freeing. The truth is, I should have been divorced a long time ago. That's the truth. And the reason why I say it, I didn't because I didn't want to leave while my sons was young. But it's like, you know how people will hold stuff against you? Like it was held against me when we was losing kids. And I ain't never get into the research I did and found out why that happened. Had nothing to do with me. That was her and her physicality. It had nothing to do with me. But we both was dealing with it our own way, and she didn't like how I dealt with it. So she held that against me. It held that me watching porn. Anything she could hold against me, she was holding against me. Some women just not forgiving enough to be married. They not. When you married, you got to be a forgiving person. If you're not a forgiving person, you're going to end up divorced, or something ain't going to go right in your marriage. You got to be a forgiving person to be married. If you not, you're going to be one of them people with horrible relationships. So when she told me, don't nobody care about you, it's like that didn't hurt me at all. At all. What it did was, it showed me what I was thinking all along with her. And it made me feel free. Now the anxiety, I just need to get out of that house. I don't need to be there. I need to move, get my own place, and be by myself. I wanted my kids to go. I even wanted her to go at first. But I don't believe in dragging people along. I don't believe in me staying somewhere where I'm not appreciated. And I don't believe in bringing somebody that ain't gonna appreciate it. I just don't believe in that. Like, I think that it's a bad idea. So it's like I'm getting close to having zero anxiety. Cause like I said, like me just making a living, it sounds crazy, but that's the easy part. It's the unknown and stuff like that. That's the hard part, y'all. I'm telling you. So once I move, get my place, that's gonna be zoop, a lot of anxiety gone. Once this whole court thing is over with, anxiety gone. It's like once those two things come to pass, it's like I got peace now, but the level of peace that I'm gonna have is beyond. I can't even explain it, because I already know that those are the two major things that's creating the anxiety right now. Like I could care less about being in no relationship with her. I really don't care like that, having one, period. But I'm not, if somebody come along that's decent, I'm not going to push them away. So, but it's just this, like, okay, we already established that. This ain't the first time she said stuff like that. Talked about leaving on multiple occasions. I told y'all when they do that. I'm not one of them people that believes that people just say something. I believe that people be meaning what they say, especially when they say it or say something similar to it multiple times. So I just want this to be over with, man. Okay, go get you somebody else. Cool. But I don't want to just keep going to court, man. Because that'll bring anxiety, because I'm going to be looking at it like, why did I ever even get married? And then I'm going to be mad at myself all over again. I didn't get married to go through this. And y'all don't get married to go through this. But it happens because we over-evaluate modern women. And every now and then, it's some of it's our fault, but very little. Listen, man, I say this with all honesty. If y'all knew everything that's been said and done, y'all would know that very little of this is me. Think about it. If she would have just never played sexual games, if she would have just submitted, you could make suggestions. Just be submissive. Don't emasculate. Just be submissive. Just focus on the feminine. The times I needed help. And stayed the FUCK out of these other dudes' face, we wouldn't be here. Because I'm going to show you how my mind works. Again, I compare other women to her. Not no more, because it's over and done with. But this is what I did the whole time. I don't recall. The only one that I saw getting in men's face, and that's after I got caught cheating. And really, when it was all said and done, it wasn't even the way I thought it to be. You know how something looked different? Them dudes actually came up to her. Now, this is what I'm talking about. It's a few things that if they were different, we wouldn't be here. 5 or 6 things. But I'm a more intelligent guy. I'm not a simp. I'm not one of them guys that you could just throw stuff out there and just say stuff. I decipher. Intelligent people will decipher what you say. And then the fact that I know the word and I know how things supposed to be, that didn't help matters either. That didn't help matters because I'm reading the scripture for it's what comes out that defiles a man. I'm reading that. Out of the abundance of a person's heart, the mouth speak. That's resonating with me. So if I keep hearing somebody saying something to me or something similar, me knowing the word, I'm gonna be like, that's what's in them. Like if they always saying something negative to you, they got a problem with you. They got some resentment towards you. They holding a grudge. Then when I learned how to read energies, that made it. That's why the Bible said with much knowledge comes much grief. So when I learned how to read energies too, I'm sitting there like, that's the same energy from the job. When I was around people that didn't want me there. Because at the job, the people you was cool with, you don't feel that energy. You feel it when the people you not cool with is around. So that anxiety, man, if you don't deal with your anxiety and you don't know how to deal with your anxiety, it's going to become frustration. There's stages to this. And then after, if you don't deal with your frustration, it's going to become depression. See, normally I catch my anxiety while it's just that anxiety. I don't let it turn into frustration. I'll remove myself. I will quit. I will dump. I'll do whatever I need to do. But I'm not gonna, because if you try to stay where you not appreciated, where you not wanted, and you know this, where people just using you, but they could care less about your well-being, it's gonna become frustration. This is why people when we start correctional job, they always show us all these videos about all these people that didn't make it. Because they let their anxiety become frustration. And their frustration became depression. Then that depression becomes hopelessness. I ain't letting it get nowhere near that. Why you quit this job? Why you he quit on his family? He did it. Listen. I would never quit on anything that didn't quit on me or anybody. If I know a person is helping me every step of the way, like it's been many times, I'll just be like, man, YouTube shadow banning me. Forget YouTube. And then somebody like Stretch or DW or Charisma or somebody else or Vanilla, they come on there, man, I appreciate what you do, this. And I'll be like, you know what? Why would I quit when there's still people that appreciate what I do? That's how I look at it. Because if once you get to the point where people they're not grateful, they don't appreciate you, you do 99 things right, 2 things wrong, and they want to bring up the 2 things. When people do that, you're wasting your time with them. And let's talk relationship. If you with somebody that you do a lot of good, you do mostly good. Now you can't be delusional in this. You gotta be honest and forthright. You do mostly good. I'm talking about 4 of them. See, some of y'all women, y'all want to count what y'all do for the kid. We ain't counting what you do for the kid. We count what you do for him. What do you do to bring pleasure to him? What do you do to help him? That's what we talking about. We ain't talking about the kids right now. You do everything for the kids and then you just argue with him. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. You forget about all the good that he do. Because he's there. It could be burglars and robbers and home invaders outside, but they don't want to try him. They don't know how that might work out for them. And then you run them off. And they run up in there and they make you suck them off and they take everything you got in there. That's what you get. And then they be scared of everything. Rats, possum, raccoon, everything. So what you gonna do when you run him off and them rats get in your house? You ain't think about that, did you, Miss Tough Girl, when you was acting like you didn't need to do? Because a lot of y'all do that. These women be literally trying to break a man all the way down. Don't let these women break you all the way down. And don't let them use religion to do it either. You supposed to be getting some. You supposed to have a woman that's a companion, that's helping you, not hurting you. And if she don't want to be that, then F her. She can get out the way. And these courts need to stop catering to them, man. In my situation, I can't even see how they would even fathom catering to her. I'm going to lay it all on the table. But they still might. They still might. For her to even try to make me pay anything, she influenced by Satan. I mean, because let's look at it. And we ain't going to keep talking about this. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm going to talk about relationships and stuff, but I'm going to kind of pull my situation out of there unless I have to use it. If you decide not to have sex with a man and he decides, well, I'm finna have sex, I can be polygynous then. How should he have to pay you anything? If you decide, you say that you don't need a guy, okay. And all the other things they say, but then they want to get in court and act like we should be paying them. And then these same people be acting like the Most High is down with them. The Most High be mad at them. Like, man, you can get out of here with that fake stuff. That's the real, and I'm standing on it. That's the real attitude of the Most High. He gave the scriptures. He told me multiple occasions. Keep talking about Luke 16 and 18. But a lot of these women, although I get views on them video, they still gonna go do the opposite. And then they gonna try to go to church like nothing happened. The Most High gonna be ignoring them. He gonna be ignoring their prayers. How you gonna pray for a man and you already got one? These women is evil, man. All the women that ain't never had the opportunity that you had, that would never leave what you got. And you are ungrateful. You trying to pray. Heck, you trying to pray curses on them. And if his son, then let this come back out. You praying curses on them. And you think the Most High can't see through that? Not only are you praying curses on them, but you planning to replace them, and you ain't even supposed to be doing that. And the word told you plain as day. A lot of y'all women is out of pocket. And then y'all be in church trying to do all this stuff. Keep playing with them. You left that good man alone. Cause he ain't had money like that, and you be on social media looking at these dudes with money, and some of them is fake. They ain't got money like that either. And you on social media watching them, and now you judging him, you disrespecting him, cause he might not have what they have, but he do the best he can. And so now he got tired of you and he dumped you, and now you trying to make him give you money. But then you gonna be in there in that church with a dude you ain't even supposed to be with. You cannot change the mind of God. He said, I change not. And I showed y'all everything practically that I could show you in the scripture. I showed you how Hebrews 13:4 says the marriage bed is undefiled. But then we see in Deuteronomy 24 that not quite all of it. See, you can't marry against what the Bible say, because then it's going to be defiled. So remember in Hebrews or Deuteronomy 24 where I showed y'all the woman that gave the example in verse 1-3, she married another dude. She couldn't go back to the first dude, and it says she was defiled, but she got married. I thought marriage was sacred. Not hers. She wasn't supposed to marry the second dude. That's what that's saying. That's what that's saying. And they be in church like this, crying. What you crying for? The Most High be like, what you crying for? You crying because you evil? People get away from doing what's right because of grace. Their misunderstanding of grace. Jezebel had grace too. Read Revelation chapter 2. Your misunderstanding of grace be making people think they could do whatever. Well, I know I'm gay, but the Bible say that he did his wounds, and by his wounds and with his stripes I am healed. You taking that out of context. Go and read the end of the book. Revelation 22. I got you. Don't worry. In close. I got you. I got you. Cause see, y'all, like she even told me she's under grace. She think that she can just move on and just remarry a dude, although the divorce is her fault. And I told her that I'm gonna tell you the truth. You can't remarry until I'm dead. So look at this. I could care less what she do. But the truth is the truth. I still got to preach. She just disregarding the word for her feelings. And it's the same, and she a liar too. Because she said that she don't need no man. Okay, if you don't need no man, then that means that you can obey the scripture that said that you're supposed to remain unmarried. Because I'm putting you away. You getting put away. This the way it is. I'm not finna relinquish no part of my manhood for no chick. So this is what it say. And then that person came with that big paragraph. You the reason. You know, you watching. I know you watch. You the reason why I stay away from the Christian church. You don't know what the hell you talking about. And the Most High do not care about your feelings. He said, I change not. Okay, this is what it say. Behold, I am coming quickly. And my reward is with me to reward each one as his works deserve. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Verse 14, blessed are those who wash their robes so that they will have the right to the tree of life and may enter the city by the gates. Outside are the dogs, the sorcerers, the sexually immoral persons, the murderers, the idolaters, and everyone who loves and practices lying. Remember, he said, you shall not bear false witness. You know, all y'all women is that to get custody, you said that these guys was punching people and touching people. And that's what they talking about. You think you under grace, but the Bible say you gonna be on the outside of the gates. Keep playing with them. The sexually immoral persons, who are they? Y'all already know. Y'all already know them ones. But also the sexually immoral is also these people messing with each other's, these dudes messing with other men's wives. And that includes divorced women too. These women who get put away, or they put their husbands away and they remarry another. I showed you in the scripture. That's sexual immorality. You can't change it. Now, you choose to do it, go ahead. But I showed you what the Bible say. So you get with somebody else and you having sex with him and doing this and that, or her, and she was married, just that you're going to be living in sin, basically. Whoever loves and practices lying also includes people who don't understand grace. I'm under grace. So this is what people do. They talk against people being gay, right? But they don't understand that sexual immorality is sexual immorality. So that means the Bible made it clear for y'all, that you as a man are not to have any type of relations with another man's wife. As long as he lives, if he dies, then you can have relations with her. But if he alive and or he's with her and you do it, that's going to be against you, man. You're going to have to stop doing that and get your forgiveness and don't live in that. But if I've been married to my second husband for 20 years. Yep, and you've been in sin for 20 years because your other husband's still alive. That's what he's talking about. You're a sexually immoral person. And it ain't me saying this. This is the scripture. So if you deal with somebody, be like, yeah, I was married. You better hope that wasn't no marriage. You better hope that wasn't no marriage. Like sometimes people, they never look. You better do some investigation. If you like a chick that been married before, you better do some investigation. But anyway, the anxiety, man, it's like, y'all don't understand that, like, let's say you a guy, you marry a chick, they got mental issue. And every day she complaining to you all night long, right? That's going to create anxiety in you. Be like, why you act like you don't care and all that? Now you out to prove yourself. Trying to prove yourself will create anxiety. The only person you're supposed to prove yourself is the Most High. You the head of them. They supposed to prove themselves to you. When the man had to prove himself to his wife, they out of order. They done switch roles. Look, man, the best way to handle anxiety, and one of the best ways, one of the most effective ways, is to know how to do this.